3, we are. Hello. Have a good evening, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Today we have a special group, one of the biggest, I think the biggest group of the Onewheel trail riders. We are with Derek here with us. Thank you for coming, my friend. I hope that you have a good interview and you can explain for everybody starting or everybody who loves Onewheels how fantastic he's doing trail. I'm a guy who loves Onewheels. I have my Onewheel. I love to make trails. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome here. Thank you to accept my invitation. First of all, like always, tell the beginning of the history of you guys, Onewheel trail riders, how everything started. Take your time, but I just want to say something, guys. Thank you. Welcome here. Sometimes we're not going to say the names from nobody because we're trying to focus, and then later we're going to give you the time to answer your questions. Stay here. That is going to be lots of fun, and let's go, please.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, we obviously have a bajillion groups with Onewheel. But about a year ago, a couple guys on the owners group started talking about how there really isn't a designated trail riders group. So we basically got together and made that happen. To our surprise, it kind of, we knew it would be fairly popular, but it really blew up and took off and kind of was the year of the trail rider, if you will. So it was pretty neat seeing the way that everything took off. Started pretty small, obviously. We moved on and started doing, contests and things to get people interested in exploring trails, which was really what it was all about, was getting people off the asphalt. And basically just exploring, seeing what it's all about. I think that's where these devices really shine the most is off-road. So I think trail riders are a bit of a different breed. Not so much about pretty boards and top speeds. It's more just about riding gnarly terrain and staying upright.
Yeah, so that is fantastic. When you start this, do you think your channel is going to be so big? Your channel, your YouTube channel, your Facebook channel is going to be so big? Like now, you are close to 4,000 riders.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate that. No, in starting it, we didn't really know what to expect. I figured if we got up to 1,000, I'd be happy. But yeah, it took off pretty crazy. Less than a year, we're up to 4,000 and still climbing. So lots of good content and giveaways and prizes, and it kind of caught on. So it's been great.
And I think the community has been great with you guys. They see that because I always see there is lots of updates from the group. Like I always tell guys, if you want to see the group, if you want to see the Instagram from them, there is the Instagram. You're going to find lots of things. If you want to subscribe to the group and you are a Onewheel rider who likes trails, I think that you are in a perfect group. Maybe there is groups that are bigger, but they are mixed, and this group is specialized in trailers. If you love trailers, then a trail. If you love trail and go off-road, I think that is the perfect group. And you have close to 4,000 persons now.
Yep.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're growing quick. It's been, like I said, been pretty cool. The content is really second to none, though. We've got some of the best riders in the world filming and putting their stuff out there every day. And it's just cool to see. And I know personally it pushed me when I first started, and I first started with that. I mean, just the progression with me alone. I see these guys out, guys like Neil Bennett and Austin and Ori, and these guys just crushing it, and makes me want to push it harder, go bigger, go faster, try harder trails. And that's what we've all done. We've all kind of pressed each other, and it's been a really fun experience.
Yeah, and you see all the guys riding the trails. That is lots of fun and lots of experience. And that is every time I come in a group, I always seeing something new. It's not just a group. It's stuck in one thing. Everything keeps always riding, always moving the one wheel.
Yep.
For you, that is just like a question when the guys are starting to go off road. I see all the time there is the off road ride wheels, and there is the slick wheels. Can you ride it with slick wheels in off road, or you think the people have to update?
No, I mean, I mean, my setup is behind me, but you don't need to have a treaded tire. Slicks handle well. I've been off road on Whispers, especially when you don't have any real wet terrain. They actually handle quite well. The issue starts to you get into a little bit of mud or snow or anything along those lines, and it will get a little bit more slick. That's where the treaded tire does help quite a bit. But myself, all my boards have treaded tires on because I don't really ride street anymore. So they do get an advantage with the treaded, but it's not necessary. If you're just starting out and you want to get out and try it, I mean, the Vega is not a great tire, but it'll handle. Any of the slicks handle fairly well, actually. It's better than a lot of people think they will.
Yeah, because all the time I was with the Vega, and now I changed to the 6.0. And my question is for the guys who are, you're going to lose a little battery with the
Burris, with the TX33 in particular, which is a harder compound, you're gonna lose about 15% range over a standard Vega, especially like something like a Whisper. But there's better options out there now. The T2 by Flight Fins and the Trail Pro are phenomenal tires, and you're not losing range with those. You're going to get about similar range that you would get on a standard Vega, but you're gaining so much more. The carvability, traction, speed, torque changes. I mean, it really does increase the ride quite a bit. It's a massive upgrade.
Yeah, and we are before we was talking. Let's just show something here from you. I think that is very nice for the people who like to try it. You show, because in a sense that is very, very difficult to ride, and this one is.
Yeah, that's Robert Allen there going down. That's Badger Wheel. He lives about 20 minutes away from me, so we ride a lot and work together on things. And he is an absolute animal.
I never tried this, but I think that is very high.
Very loose sand, and we were skiing the whole way down. The wheel was barely even turning on this. It's just so steep, and it was just hang on, for dear life, basically. You'll see here, I wipe out pretty good on this one.
That is the funny part.
It's sand, so I was like, whatever. It's not going to hurt that bad. But, that was crazy. It was one of the crazier ones that we had done. I mean, it doesn't justify it in the video, but it's super steep. You're looking down at the top, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, but I think when you go to your group rides, I see so many fantastic things that everybody from the group makes. I'm always amazed for the videos of everybody.
Yeah,
and I think you have a fantastic group. They are always updating for the group, and is not easy to find in the many groups. So because everybody talks the same language.
Yeah.
Because you are talking about just one. If you go to, I don't like to speak. I don't like to speak from the other groups. Like I know that One Wheel Riders, One Wheel World is very big, but everything is mixed. You have everything there. Here you are specific. You just want trail. You just want to go nust. You just want to have is a different fun. You just want to go off road, and that is fantastic.
Yeah, with OWTR, we've been pretty strict about it too. We don't want to become, another national group. We don't need another big national group that's, dedicated just to one wheel. We want it to be off road. We want to see it in the dirt. We want to see ugly, dirty boards, trail riding like this, where you're, bouncing all over the place. The asphalt and the street tricks, you can see that stuff everywhere. You want to see off-road footage. This is where you go.
Yeah, I think too.
Yep.
I think that is the perfect thing. If you want to have a nice board like mine, I updated everything, and that was so beautiful. And but that I don't want to have my one wheel beautiful. I just want to have everything destroyed and have this feeling that he has lots of work.
They can handle it. They can handle it. We beat the snot out of our boards, and I mean they hold up extraordinarily well. I mean, not many people are riding and doing the crazy stuff that you're going to see in these videos, and and they hold up though. I mean, we've got thousands of miles on our boards with only some minor issues here and there. I mean, we've all gotten pretty good at fixing our boards and whatnot as well. But yeah, I mean, they really do hold up well. So
I know the guys here in Germany who ride me. I ride with them because they have more experience than me, and they always like Jok is today here with us, and he's a guy who ride it so well.
Yeah,
and every time he goes off road and he comes to me, sometimes I am very sad that I have to work and I don't have no much time to go and enjoy it. And in a moment in Germany, I don't know how are you guys there, but in Germany now is raining and snowing, and it's very difficult for us to go out. And then it's this COVID-19.
Yep. Same stuff here. We're dealing with it. Same thing. I haven't ridden a hard ride in 3-4 weeks now, just because of the snow and ice, basically.
For us is more the problem because we cannot go out from our homes.
Yeah.
Because now that is the maximal is 5. I don't know in miles, but I think 2 miles. You cannot go more than 2 miles away from you. Yeah. It's very strict.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, in Germany, in a moment, is about to 1,000 persons dying every day, and
oh boy, yeah, it's sad.
Then is not so good for everybody. But let's do it positive.
Yeah,
my friend. What you like to do? The group. What you like to do in the future? What is what you guys are thinking to work in the future? Because I know that you show me lots of other things that I want to show it here. Give me just a second for me to change, because we talk about that and I want to show it. You send me a picture. Let's do it. Let's talk a little more about this here.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple initiatives that we're pushing, through OWTR. The biggest thing right now is trail advocacy. I'm working with Iowa as well, International One Wheel, and I'm on the trail committee there, where we're basically, trying to establish methods for gaining access and legal freedoms to our trails. Right now, we're all riding in a bit of a gray area. If we're not out there being respectful, representing the sport well, we're going to wind up getting shut out of everything. And so I think people really need to be cognizant of that. And, this sign, Aaron Alexander made this, and I think it really is pretty brilliant. Represents what we essentially need to yield to everyone. Bikers, horses especially, but and pedestrians. Showing respect, giving space, slowing down. Really, with horses, you need to get off, walk your board through. Talk to people, show the horse the board, take your time. Just recently, I had an incident with some rangers out here in Ohio, where I'm from, and the rangers I've talked to them. I've met most of them. And a lady called on us. She was upset that we were riding in a path, that I ride every day. Ranger showed up and he's like, look, I've run into you before. I talked to 30 people on the way down. Every one of them said that you were being respectful, even gave demos on the board. And he's like, you guys frankly have every right to be here. As of 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting and legalized Onewheels in my county where I live. And I really feel it's a direct result of a lot of the work that I've put in, where I've gone out of my way to make sure that I'm talking to people, make sure that I'm being good to people, being respectful, picking up trash, not damaging property, things, it should be second nature, but it isn't always. So it paid off for me. I hope that starts to spread and others start to see legal freedoms. The fact that I can go hit my trails now and not be worried about being kicked off anymore is incredible.
Yeah. Just for the guys who are not from America, what is a ranger?
Rangers, excuse me. Yeah, so that would be like a park officer. So or a forestry officer, depending on what your setup is. We have designated parks, designated forest areas, and these are police that are designated for those areas.
This is like the police, forest police.
Correct. Same. Exactly what they are. Yep.
I know, but just for the people to know that
no. Good point.
A ranger sometimes, like in my country, a ranger is a special military.
Right. Yeah.
Like a special for special missions.
Right. Yeah. No, not that kind of ranger.
Yeah. That's why I tell. Yeah. Okay. I think this is one of the things maybe I'm going to put in my channel. I think that is very, 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 very good. That is, I always talk with the guys here in Germany and they say the same thing, because sometimes when you go in trails, you don't know how to respect, how to react to some, like horses is very important.
Yeah.
It's like you tell, I think that is very good. Go out of your board, respect, because you don't know the reactions. Right. Every animal has a different reaction, and then you have to respect the persons when you come closer, because there is people who accept it and there is people they don't accept it. They don't tell you nothing, but maybe they're going to call to the police, they're going to create problems.
Right.
And that is the thing. I think that was very good for all of us. Yeah. I think everybody in the groups, if they can use it, that is going to be amazing. Not just for Onewheels, I think for everybody who go off-road. There is a skate, mountain boards, they do the same. There is UCs there. Yeah. There is lots of, there is a scooter, the same.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Gotta work together.
Yeah, I think that is very important for all of us to work together and change the idea.
Yeah. No, I agree. We're not the skateboarders from the 90s that were trashing parking lots, and a different crew, or generally older people. Few life lessons under our belt, and we're not here to trash. We just want to go ride and explore the same trails that mountain bikers and hikers and wherever we're allowed to.
Yeah, have fun.
That's it. Have fun, man. We're not trying to damage anybody or hurt anybody or cause any issues. We just want to go out and have the same freedoms that everybody else does. Unfortunately, we don't.
Yeah, and we have to change, my friend. We
do, absolutely. But that starts with us setting the example. The riders themselves have to set the example. So
I always tell something is like this, my friend. I think there is about 2 weeks was a guy here from Involve, and the guy said something. He's from USA, and he says something very important. if we don't try to, if we don't start to change the way the riders are doing everything, there is going to come a time that they're going to close everything for us, and we cannot ride anymore.
Yep.
Because there is stupid guys doing stupid videos there. And in Germany, you know that in Germany now is illegal. You cannot ride it. Totally.
Yeah, that's a shame. I can't imagine that happening out by us. It would be heartbreaking. It really would. For us to not be allowed on trails, we would, we're going to have to get to the, eventually we're going to have to get to the point where we're building our own trails either way, I think. But nonetheless, to have, these mountain bike trails, some of them are world-class, phenomenal trails. And, I want to be able to experience them. So,
we want to be free.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, because of I don't know how many persons who do this, because I think that is just 1% of these stupid guys who try to destroy our fun. We don't want them. I don't want these guys.
Yeah, the issue, you can't argue with people. You're always going to have somebody that doesn't want you to be there, doesn't think that you belong there. You just have a nice day and you move on. Don't engage. The second you engage, then you're getting yourself you're digging a hole that you're not going to get out of. You got to back away and realize that it's just not worth it, and it's going to damage our reputation as a whole. Once we get a good reputation, then we can really start pouring it on and applying to, lobbying for legal freedoms. Right now, we're just too niche. We're just too small. So.
But what is in all America, is all the states free to ride, or there is some restrictions?
Well, it depends. There's restrictions. State to state is a little bit different. Even city to city, county to county, it's all a little bit different. There's places, especially out west now in California, where they're getting banned from trails, and trails that they've always been allowed to ride, or maybe it's been a gray area and they're maybe not allowed to ride there, but they allow them to ride there, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think that the majority of the United States is in a gray area, where there are no rules on the books for us. And my concern is I don't want to get lumped in. I don't want to get lumped in with the wrong category. If we get lumped in with e-mountain bikes, level 1, level 2 e-mountain bikes, we'll be okay. But if we get lumped in with Surons, we're screwed. We're going to get blocked out of everywhere. So.
Believe it, guys. I'm going to tell you something. I hope that never happened to you guys, but for all the groups there, I always tell this. Watch it. In Europe, everything is stopped. They don't leave us alone. What's the name in English? The what you're going to pay as fines, they are very, very heavy. We are close now in I know that Holland, Germany, UK, the fines you can go to 4,000 euros, is about $4,500, and you lose your one wheel skateboard. Is going to disappear. You're never going to see him again. That's why, guys, there, you are free. Enjoy your freedom. Don't destroy it, because for us, it's going to be very difficult again to have freedom, and that's very important for you. Enjoy it, like this video here. And that is what we are looking for to have here. That is very good, my friend. That is what Onewheel is, a machine. You can go in water, you can go in snow, you can go off-road, you can go everywhere, and that is always working. In one side you are enjoying, and in the other side they are cleaning.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah. For us, our boards are so dirty most of the time, but that is cleaning. Honestly, that was fun though. That's a good time. We had 2 foot of snow, like 2 weeks in a row. We got 2 foot of snow, so we were launching boards into the snow. It was a blast.
And the other thing, I speak with you in private, and now we're going to talk about it. That is because I think we need in a community more of ladies riding.
Absolutely, it's
I
my
think,
wife.
yeah, I think that is very important. What do you have to say about that, my friend? What
Yeah,
is your advice for everybody?
absolutely, especially trail riders. I think
Mhm.
there is a lot of lady riders out there, but not as many lady trail riders. When I look at the statistics on OWTR of men versus women, it's staggering.
Mhm.
I mean, there's it's the 10% women and 90% men. We need to change that.
Yeah.
These girls can shred. My wife's getting really good. Mel Wilson, shout out to her. She's been really progressing very well. I mean, we're making our own trails in half this video that you see right here.
Yeah.
She's making her own trails. I'm following behind her. This is coming from a girl that was afraid to even get on the board. I had to hold her hands for 2 weeks and be patient and get her to go. And now she rips. She keeps up with the boys like it's no problem. If not, passes them. So I think that most women have a big advantage in being very lightweight as well. They can fly up hills that us men are going to struggle on most of the time. But yeah, I would love to see more women getting into trail riding. The way that she has, and her and I are both to the point now where we're basically bored unless we're off road. It's the only thing that gives us a thrill is going out and hitting the dirt, hitting the gravel, whatever, doing hills, doing single track, drops and bumps and roots. And, you just never know what you're going to encounter. And I think that,
This is good, huh?
yeah, it's awesome. I would love to see more women getting involved in it and seeing what it's all about. I always post her videos. Everybody loves watching her. She's all of 5'2", 105 pounds, and she gets after it though. It's fun. It's nice having a built-in riding buddy too.
Yeah, I think the important thing, if you have your wife that can enjoy it like you, then it's perfect, because the two of you are going to have fun.
Yeah.
And I think my wife love it. My wife is not so much a one-wheeler, because she has before an accident knees, she cannot ride it so well, and she was always scared to something happen again to his knees. But she ride a skateboard, and my family love everything. My kids, they love more the one wheel and than the skate. I was more background of electro skateboards. Today I'm more like a one-wheeler. I love to do it. Is a different way, but I do all types of things. But one wheel is different. You are like surfing, and like it is the different feeling for me. But my friend, like you, like trailing don't have nothing to do like when you are in a road, because trailing you are always moving. You are always, you see it for the video from your wife, that you don't have when you go in a road, that is just easy, just go right, left, and everything is not easy. But in a trail you have to have lots of power in your legs and control.
I think that trail riding in general, even basic, like the easiest, rated trails, it really just helps your progression significantly. When I started getting off road, I used to commute to work every day in my one wheel, 14 miles round trip. And I didn't get any better doing that. The second I got off road and started doing stuff that, was out of my comfort level, and getting into ruts, getting into, whatever, anything, trees in the way, big hills, uneven ground, single track, that's when I started getting good. You just don't progress as fast on asphalt. When you're constantly correcting and fighting and pushing and dodging, you get good real quick. And then when you get back on that asphalt, it feels pretty damn good.
Yeah,
it's nice and smooth, and you just cruise, and you're like, okay, I can relax now. But that thrill of getting through and over obstacles that you really shouldn't be able to is really what it's all about. It's exhilarating.
And you sweat.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
You sweat, my friend.
You get a workout when you're riding hard. You get a workout. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, then you're going to sweat a lot. The first time I make the trail with my Onewheel, I say, "Ooh, that is heavy." And sometimes you think you're going faster. Sometimes you go very slow, but you have to move your body so much. That you have to sweat it a lot. I'm just going to put something here like this is just for the guys who are from the Onewheel trails. I'm trying to put a little from everybody for everybody
Absolutely.
to see.
There's so much good content. Show it,
because this is totally different here. This area, what is riding?
Yeah, it's super rocky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have guys from all around the world in your group.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's mainly US based, but there are people from Australia. We actually have quite a few guys. But Australia, Europe, Germany. I mean, all over the world, basically. So absolutely.
You have a big community in Holland, in France. France, they are very big too in the Onewheels too. They are very lots of people riding.
Yeah.
But America is going to what is for you as a guy who make trails with your with Onewheel. Do you think the Onewheel today is perfect, or you think they need?
Not even close.
Yeah. Do you think they have? What do you think for you and for the guys? You are talking for everybody in your community. What you think have to change? Maybe the guys from the Onewheels, what they have to change for you guys in the Onewheel in the future?
Well, we need torque. I mean, that's simple. We don't need speed. We need torque. I know some guys would like speed, but really what we need is torque. Right now there's a big differential between weights. I'm 150 pounds, 155 pounds. And I can fly through things that some of the bigger guys can't. And that shouldn't really be how it is. These machines should be strong enough and powerful enough to power us through regardless of weight. That and jumping really is quite difficult. Like, you can't do a lot of the mountain bike ramps just because we just do not have the power to get up them. We get 2/3 the way up and we start to tail off. And, so if we're trying to hit a gap, you can almost forget about it. If it's not built for one wheel, you're not going to make it. We just lose too much power. And that's why you see a lot of guys switching to EUCs, because the EUCs have so much more power that they can fly up whatever they want. But
that is a different feeling. I have a AUC in my home, and I think you cannot compare a Onewheel with that is nothing to do. It's two different things.
Very different.
I know that, like you said, the other ones has more power, but riding a Onewheel has nothing to do with electric unicycle.
Yeah, it's very different ride. I have a small EUC as well. I don't ever ride it. I like the sideways ride. I like the floaty feeling. I feel like I can, at this point, I can do just about anything on it. We just need some more power, really. Once we get a little bit more power going, range would be nice. All the other stuff would be nice, but really torque. I mean, we need torque. That's it.
Yeah. But what do you think? Now you have 750 watts in.
They need to go to like 1250. Honestly, I think the issue is that when you go to a more powerful motor, you're also allowing people to go a lot faster, and it really increases the danger level pretty significantly. And that's part of the issue, as well as legislation. Once they get above 750 watts, it kind of started to put us into a different category.
Okay.
It might bump us up into that level 3 category with e-bikes, where now it's going to be harder for us to get the legal freedoms that we want. So it is kind of a catch-22, but ultimately, if this sport is going to progress and we're going to truly compete, we need torque. That's all there is to it. So
yeah, but let's me. But you think when you change the torque, you're going to have problems with the laws in your country?
Possibly, yeah. It's taking it. It depends on if they can give us torque without bumping the speed. I think they'll be okay. But if that same torque allows us now to go 30 miles an hour, that might be a problem.
Okay. Yeah. And for you, do you think because there's just a while that the XR is there, don't you think they're going to change something in the next year or something?
I would think. Yeah. But there's a lot of rumors and nothing confirmed. So.
Yeah. What do you think about the Pint, you guys? What do you think about the Pint? Do you think that is a good one wheel to go off road, or?
There's guys that definitely prefer it. My own personal taste, no, I am not a fan of the Pint as an off-road board. And it's simply because the tire just doesn't have a whole lot of rubber and a whole lot of give to it. And for me, it feels like I'm riding a skateboard. And it's just not. You're a little bit. You got the teeth chattering going as opposed to a smooth ride. I know that's pretty unpopular point of view, but
yeah, but I understand your question, because I think Pint was more made for you to go to point A to point B.
Yeah, it's fun. The Pint is a fun board. It's just to me, it's just not a trail board. That's all.
Yeah, that is not so massive board like the XR. That's why I'm with you in that. I think is not the right board for all of us. Today, my friend, you as a one-wheeler trail guy, if they give you, that's the question I always ask for everybody, because today was a girl with me and she said, I tried the one wheel and I fall direct. Do you think that is not enough information there for the people, the guys who make YouTube's content, like the guys who have to explain everything? Do you think that there is not enough? Because that was just like this stupid. She falls like me. I think the first time I ride it was the same mistake. Comes this pushback and nobody knows what is a pushback, and they try to go faster and then the board disconnected.
Yeah.
What is?
So I mean, first of all, like when I first started, I was terrible. I mean, I wiped out my garage. I burnt my ankles. I was not a good rider. And it took me some time. And I mean, I messed up both my wrists, and I mean, it was ugly for a little bit. I stuck with it and I got good at it. But yeah, I mean, the one wheel videos put out by Future Motion are not very good. They're not super informative. They don't really give you a lot of info. I get that people have short attention spans and they're kind of trying to focus on giving you the bare necessities for safety, but they don't do a great job at it. And unfortunately, people have to seek out other people's videos, community members like myself or whoever, that puts out how-to videos. And, and those aren't always great info either. There's a lot of YouTubers. There was one particular YouTuber that nearly scared me away from buying a one wheel in the first place, which infuriates me. And I think that we really do need a good source for safety information and explaining what pushback is. Telling people that you can't just get on this thing and let it rip. You really got to take the time to learn the board before you ride through pushback, for example. You get a lot of new guys that go out and they start ripping. They want to go to 21 miles an hour, and they've got 50 miles in and think they know everything, and they wind up getting hurt. And that's what we need to avoid. Really, and that doesn't need to happen. There's always going to be a certain amount of people that are, the guys that throw the instructions away and just go, and I get that. But the videos, and the Future Motion does now aren't enough. If they would, they already have a thing in the app when you first download the app and get a new board, they force you to watch videos, but the videos aren't, they're just not enough. It's annoying to those of us that have had boards for a while, but if it saves a few people, so be it.
Derek, I think you make a good point, but don't you think that is sometimes like I am with a friend, like me and you, and we tell comes a friend and wants to try a one wheel. I always explain everything to the guys, always.
2 feet, jump off with 2 feet. Yeah, you have to. It's on the teacher at that point. Yep.
Yeah, but I think there is lots of persons who don't do that. Just tell you, give me your hands, I'm going to show you, and they don't tell you the two important things: is pushback and nosedive.
Yeah. So when I first I train people constantly. Whether it be giving a demo or somebody that's looking to buy one, I'm always more than willing to take my time to teach people. And, but I make them grab my hands the same way you just talked about, they get comfortable, then I'll let go, do one hand. And then, once they get to the point where they're riding on their own, that's when we have the pushback talk.
Yeah.
The majority of people are never, aren't going to, it's not just pushback and not just top speed that causes nosedives. And I think that's part of the issue too, is that there's a misconception that I'm good unless I'm doing 22 miles an hour. That's not necessarily the case. If you lean too far forward, you get too much weight over the front of that board, you're going to go down. It's all balance and the amount of resistance you're putting on that motor. You really, you got to be cognizant that pushback can happen on, the slightest of uphills. It doesn't always have to be because you're doing 22, 25 miles an hour. Those are the times where people get hurt the most. But I've seen people go down at 8 miles an hour due to a nosedive because they were just leaning too far over their board or accelerating too fast. So you gotta understand it. Take the time to learn the board. Don't be so fast to go fast. Just take your time.
I think time is going to be the best friend for you.
Yeah.
Because if you go too fast, is going to always happen something stupid, and you're going to hurt yourself. Maybe you're going to hurt somebody. What is the group from you guys? What you recommend? I'm going to stop this for the guys to see it because I'm seeing this person is coming. What you recommend as safety for the guys who are maybe starting, because starting is the point of everything, because later I think when you have maybe 6-7 months riding, then you know better how to fall, how to protect yourself. What you recommend for the guys who are doing one wheel trailers to use in the beginning?
So first of all, the biggest thing, not only with safety gear, but you got to pick the right trail. If you're going to start off in trail riding, you can't just go to, a black diamond trail and try and ride it. You're just going to get frustrated and hurt. Find yourself a stroller path, literally, rated for strollers, for people pushing their kids. And try that first, because all those different textures are going to feel funky. But ultimately, at the very least, you got to have a helmet and nose guards, wrist guards on. At the very least, I ride with elbow pads, wrist guards, helmet, knee pads at all times. I used to, I'm the typical one wheeler. When I first started out, all I had was a helmet, and then I And then I got a little bit more. Then I got a little bit more. Now I'm basically fully padded up at all times. I don't risk it. It's just I want to stay on my board. I don't want to get hurt and not be able to ride. But yeah, definitely at least helmet and wrist guards to start. Obviously, with the recent events in the community, that's been brought to the forefront. And it's unfortunate that we lost a very experienced rider recently, and people just, I'm never one to tell people what to wear or what they should be doing, but it's intelligent to wear a helmet at the very least, man. It's really not a big deal. It saved me. It saved my wife. It saved almost everybody I know. On a recent trip to Tahoe, Robert got hit in the head with the board. One of my buddies got hit in the head with the board by one of my other buddies. And if he wasn't wearing a helmet, that would have been really bad. He'd have been life flighted out from a very remote location. Those boards are 30 pounds, and it clocked him right in the top of the head.
Yeah, because you have to think one wheel is a very heavy board. Yeah. And if you don't have a protection, my friend, I know for myself, I have from my accident, the last one. And that's what happened with your hands is the first thing you're going to happen, because you're always going to go front.
Put your hands out, which you don't want to do, by the way. Roll.
Yes.
If you're going to put your hands out all the way flat, Superman. Don't put your wrists out.
That was my next question. When you for the guys who are falling, what is the instructions for everybody to know how to do it? Maybe it's not going to be easy, but maybe the people is going to have an idea when they go trail with this one wheel, what they have to do.
Yeah, if you can get a couple steps in, that really will save you. It's trail falling is different though, because you fall at so many weird angles and different ways that really the most important thing I can tell anybody is, if you can roll, if you can't roll, flatten yourself out. Put your arms out. Do not put your wrists down. Don't try and do a push-up. You will break your wrists. But if you can flatten out, I'd much rather have a little bit of burn on my skin from dirt and rock than I would have a broken bone. Flatten out, try to roll, keep that inertia moving so it's not just a flat, splat. That's really the most important thing. You do learn to fall more properly the more you get into it. Obviously I've fallen more times than I could possibly count at this point.
That is always like that. And if you are in trail, that is the important thing to say to everybody. Trail, you're going to fall a lot.
You're going to fall. You are going to fall. It's going to happen. Ironically though, the only time I got hurt was when I first started riding, no wrist guards, put my wrists straight out, and boom. I wound up breaking both my wrists when I first started.
I know.
So yeah,
I know there is a guy here in Germany. He's a good friend from us. He was in America in the last Flow Life. In 2000, he's Igna, and he broke his two hands too, and that is not a good sensation. That is, I know because I broke my hand now, and I know how many times you're going to lose of your life to come back again.
Well, on a side note with that though, okay, so when that happened to me, I was 200 miles in and still sucked. I'm now at 5,000 miles. The only other incidents that I've had where I've actually legitimately hurt myself, where I landed flat on my back because I didn't see something in tall grass. It was on one of them, and another time in the snow. Where 2 times within a few months that I landed flat on my back. Other than that, so I tweaked my back, and my back's been a little tweaked since. But aside from that, I haven't had an injury, knock on wood, since the initial time where I put my wrists out to try and save myself. And I've taken hundreds and hundreds of falls. I've had some bruises, and I've had some gnarly looking toes and stuff like that, but nothing major. This one here. Yeah, that was a good one. Yep. Some of my this is my blooper reel. Yep. So yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of falls. This one was a good one. These are how you get hurt, though. See, I put my wrist down and I landed on my butt, and that's the kind of stuff that actually hurts. Yeah, but sometimes when you fall funky like that, you don't have a choice. You just got to, bail early and often.
But that is the important. That if you want, guys, if you are new, if you are seeing the channel, I'm going to leave all the links what I'm showing here, and you can go. The link is going to be here in my channel, and then you can go there and see everything, his videos. You can subscribe, you can help him, you can ask him something, maybe he can give you a nice idea, because he has lots of content, he has lots of videos. And if you want to subscribe to the Onewheels, if you are a writer, that is very important, because sometimes we have guys who want to subscribe in the groups and they don't have nothing to do with the group, and they don't write it. That is not going to be not good for you, not going to be nice for me. Today in one of my groups, one lady sent me something like singing and something not have nothing to do with and I put it out of the channel, and that is just is not good for all of us.
You get some of that sometimes. It's the internet. What are you gonna do?
It's like
admins and mods that can take that stuff off of there for you. That's all I can tell you.
Sometimes there's people who send me some things. I said, "What the hell? What that has nothing to do. It's like two different worlds, and I don't understand it. That's why if you are a guy who love or want to try trailers, you are in a perfect group. These guys, they are specialists in trailers. They can help you, maybe, or if you want to go to group rides in a forest, or if you want to know how to mount something in your house, like here, that is one thing you have from your house. You created, then you can go to the group, you can ask to all of them. Sometimes I make questions there for the guys, and you have a very fast answer from lots of different persons, lots of opinion, and that is going to be perfect for you. And you're going to have a group of good friends who are going to take care of you, because the community, the Onewheel community, is very, very good as friends, and like a Onewheel family.
It really is a community. It really is, and that caught me off guard when I first started riding. Honestly, I wasn't even on Facebook until I got a Onewheel. But the community's pretty awesome. Anybody that's new, that's looking to start out, you can post on OWTR. You can reach out to me, individually. I'm more than happy to help anybody that wants it. So you can find out what it's all about. That's really, why I came on today was, we want to spread that ride dirty movement and get people out figuring out what trails are all about. Drop those clean boards, get out, ride some trails. Hit the mud, hit the dirt. Once you do, you're never going to look back. It'll change your whole thought process on what Onewheel riding's about.
Let's put a little photos from the group, from the guys. I just want to show some that we're not forgetting nobody. I know that is difficult for us to bring.
That's what it's all about. I love it.
And then you see a little from the content from these guys.
Chris. Chris, shout out to Chris Unger. He's always posting good vids on OWTR for us.
Well, the question here: you think Fenders is good for trailing?
Yeah. It's a necessity in my opinion, especially out by me. The guys in the Southwest United States where it's dry and that's not as big of a deal. By us, where I'm in the Northeast, it's muddy and leaves and rocks and snow, and Yeah, you're gonna have a muddy leg without a fender out here, and it's not gonna take long.
On this special fender, do you think that is good, or just a normal fender is okay?
Yeah, I mean, I ride with flight fins fenders. That's a Night Shark
Yeah,
with the handle built in. It's a preference thing, honestly. I don't particularly care for that particular fender, but that's my again personal preference.
yeah,
Everybody's got the stuff that they like, and the more you ride, the more you start to decide, discover things and figure out kind of what it's all about and what what works best for you, really. But my board setup, you can kind of see up top here. So
wait a second.
flight,
Yeah.
yeah. So I've got, I ride with the Flight Fins T2, or Trail Pro. If we could get my hands on one. Aside from that, Flight Fins, full flight fender. I have a removable top on that, so I can clean it out. Get the mud out. Sometimes out here you'll get leaves and mud packed in there. You want to get cleaned out so it doesn't reduce your torque. I ride with flight fins. A lot of guys don't understand either way, which is cool. I like to jump, so I always have fins on. And then I make my own pads as well. I ride at a very low PSI, and I make my own pads, so it's kind of like having built-in shocks. You're hitting roots and coming off of jumps or drops, you get a lot more shock absorbency between the foam pads that I put on top of the wood pads and then the low PSI in the tire. Badger handle. For my boy Badger here, that's a necessity in my opinion. There's a lot of times where you're going to run into stuff that you got to carry. And it's a nice, comfortable, retractable handle. It's completely out of the way. I don't like anything sticking out the side of my boards because a lot of times we're going through very tight areas in between trees or stumps, and if anything catches on it, it's going to throw me. So I keep everything as streamlined as I can. These are actually prototype Badger bumpers that are coming out pretty soon. Flight Fins, the StokeLife, and Badger are all coming out with new bumpers that are going to be a big upgrade for street and trail riders. So yeah, I mean that's basic. That's my basic setup. I set that up on every board exactly the same way, so I can interchange them. I'm not big on the battery upgrades. I like to do board swaps instead. So I usually have 2 or 3 boards that I can swap in between, so I never run out of battery if it's going to be a long day. And I always have something charged. I keep going.
Yeah, that was right now the question. What are the custom settings for you going downhill? Yeah.
Downhill, it doesn't matter, honestly. You just got to have the balls to nose down and ride it out. That's all I can tell you. Downhill isn't as big as uphill. Uphill, you're going to want to switch to elevated or something where it's bringing the nose up. But for downhill, you just slam the nose down and go. As long as you can stay on the board, you can ride down anything. Look at that. I mean, that's some gnarly stuff right there. It's awesome. And, these guys will bomb down these. I mean, and again, in videos, it doesn't really do them justice. But when you get up on top of stuff like that, it's straight down. And you really got to be on your game and just slam that nose down and commit. Getting scared is what kills you. I rode on Delirium for a very long time. Now I usually ride Mission. Again, I think that's a preference thing. The reason I like to ride Mission is because the only reason I like to ride Mission, I actually like Delirium better, but the reason I ride Mission is because if I am pushing my speed and I'm hitting, 22 plus, I have more time to react with a nosedive. So I'll feel the board dip a little bit, and I'll be able to recover from it and keep going. Where when I'm riding Delirium, it just dumps me, and that's it. No wifey, I don't ride Delirium anymore. Reading my wife's comment there. But anyway, so I'm pretty much in Mission nonstop now because I can recover from a nosedive a lot easier. When I was in Delirium, I took a bad nosedive at 25 once, and I shouldn't have been going that fast. I knew better. I took a nasty dive. I walked away from it with only some scrapes. I was very fortunate. But yeah, so now it's mission where I can recover from it. I can feel when that nose dips and kind of still catch myself and keep riding. So
yeah, that is very good, my friend. That's why I listened. You was talking about for the guys who going downhill and going uphill. What I know that most of the people don't change it, and you make a good point for you. When you go uphill is I think you have to have the different set for the board, and
you
when you
can't.
go
I honestly don't. I hit, you know, if you know you've got a high ascent where you're going to be constantly going uphill for a very long time, like, you know, some of the guys out west in particular are going to have stuff like that. Out here, we don't have that. We have short uphills, so I just leave it on mission, and I just get a ton of speed and I bomb it. You know, hit it as hard as I can and go up. If you got a long, grueling uphill with a lot of rocks, then you want to switch to elevated. Absolutely.
Okay. That is good for the people who want to know. I never change it, but if someone want to change it, you always have the web there, and you can change everything. Do you think the web have to have a upgrade too? What is your opinion about that?
I don't know.
Easier to maybe to contact the board with because sometimes you have to open the web and everything, maybe a different way that is faster for you to change the position of the board, because every time you need to change, you have to stop the board.
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, like, I don't even look at the app.
I don't know how many times I don't go no more to that.
I mean, I have my settings and I ride. I don't change it. I used to play around with that a lot in the early days. Custom settings, delirium, mission. You know, I used to bounce around all over the place. Now I almost never even look. You know, like I stopped tracking mileage. I stopped looking at the app. I just go out and ride.
Okay, because I know there's lots of guys who use that because they want to make miles and miles and miles, and trail don't have is not the important thing is not miles, is destroying the field. The other question is for you guys: Are you planning to do some events like trail events or like racing or something like that in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. You know, with everything going on with COVID, obviously, we've talked about doing an OWTR, you know, type get together. You know, just nothing but trail riders, everybody getting together. However, you know, with COVID going on and everything, we haven't even bothered to organize it. There are Rachel and Nick Payne have done a phenomenal job of putting these events together in Bentonville. You know, where they're going to be having Float Life Fest next year. Massive shout out to them, and the work that they're doing out there is amazing. I can't wait to get out and try those trails. I haven't been there yet, and I'm pretty excited to go check that out. But yeah, we will absolutely be putting together something at some point that's in the future for OWTR. We've talked about it. It's just, you know, right now with everything going on, you know, I don't want our first event that we've ever done for OWTR to wind up getting canceled because of COVID. Yeah. You know, yeah, because it's kind of
everything is being canceled. Everything is being canceled, my friend.
Yeah. It's sad. It sucks. You know, we want to go out. I was really stoked to get out and race this year at Float Life and didn't get a chance to make it. I went out with we got together with a group of about 10 of the fastest riders in the country, and we went out to top and tore stuff up out there and had the trip of a lifetime. And that was quite the experience. You know, some of those guys were ridiculously good. So just getting out there riding the world's best trails with some of the world's best riders was quite an experience. You know, I'm hoping to do that on a much bigger scale in the future, though.
Yeah. We want to go last year to America and to go to the Flow Life, and that was this shit. Everything was planned. If we were going to go, I was thinking about 7 or 8 guys here from Germany together, and then was everything canceled. Here in Europe was everything canceled. Everything is canceled. We cannot do nothing. You are like just stuck
Yep.
in something, and that is very sad for all of us.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, I think you show me something. I don't want to forget nothing that you show me, and you ask me to speak the okay history, and this Oklahoma the trail committee. What is this?
Yeah, so yeah, I kind of touched on it earlier, but I would like to talk about that a little bit more. So Iowa, if anybody doesn't know what Iowa is about, you really should check it out. Iowa International Onewheel Association is, essentially trying to be the governing body for competition, and competition safety rules, trail advocacy, things along those lines going forward. It's the Iowa.org. I highly recommend, if you guys, if you got dedicated, especially dedicated riders out there, if you're not a member of it, you need to be. We need to get money flowing into Iowa. In order to accomplish goals and become a legitimate sport, that we need some sort of centralized organization. I'm on the trail committee. I'm a volunteer, basically, where we set rules, for competition, trail advocacy. We generally have an agenda of some sort that we can try and accomplish goals. But ultimately, they need money to do it.
Is this one here the first one?
The Iowa. It should be theiowa.org.
Okay.
I can't read that, but I'll text you. Hang on.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it. Hang on 1 second. They basically, it's a nonprofit organization that is dedicated completely to Onewheel. If you look at every major fringe sport that's out there, mountain biking or snowboarding, everybody has an organization that a governing body, we really do need to have that. We need something to get everything under one umbrella, where basically what can happen is you get people that want to put on a local race. If they make it an Iowa sanctioned race, which they can apply for very easily. Now Iowa will take that, record the times and results, and we can start to build toward national events, and having rider rankings, pushing safety, pushing, again, trail advocacy is our biggest thing. We want trail freedoms, and that's what it's all about. So I have no paid affiliation with the Iowa, but I really do believe in it, and I think that we need to have people involved in it. So the more the merrier. The faster we get people in there, contributing financially to this, the quicker we're going to get things along. Like race timing anklets, and be able to put on events. Until people start buying into this, we're not going to be able to get it done. So.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for everybody who wants to come here and help. And I think that is very good. I didn't know about this, and I think that is very good for all of us. I'm going to leave the link then here, in a video, in a link down here. Then, if somebody wants to go there, and if you want to be a membership, I think it's very good if you can help it, the guys there.
Yeah, this is run by some of the top community. This is a completely community built thing, run by some of the top community members in Onewheel. And then there's separate trail, not trail, but there's separate committees for each different type of riding that are out there, and where we're all working and volunteering to develop different competition and regulation, or rules and regulations, and trying to find ways to boost the Onewheel experience and spread the Stoke ultimately. I mean, that's really what it's about. So
Yeah, if you want to come here, you have $9 a month, or you can proclaim for the complete year, and you're going to save $20 if you do for the whole year. And I think you're going to help a lot. And like me, we're going to learn a little more, because I think that is very important for us, and that is lots of work here, and
Yeah,
that is
they
that's
put a ton.
fantastic. Yeah,
Even getting to this point and forming a 501(c), I mean, they've really put a ton of work into it. So,
yeah.
I hope it works out, and we become the sport that I know that we can be. It's exciting.
Yeah, here we have, sorry, the Onewheel Association. Okay, that is good. Yeah, my friend. Let's continue here. I just want to ask you a question. I know we are talking about the group, but I want to ask you, uh, how do you start it? How do you find it? What was your the first board from you was Onewheel, or
Yep.
that
No,
was
I started with the Onewheel. I had just moved out to a different part of Cleveland, Ohio, and I saw a guy riding one, which I had already known about him, but I kind of forgot about him. Saw a guy out here riding one. Within probably 48 hours, I ordered one, got it in, and the rest is basically history. I was just addicted from day one. I had the buyer's regret and all the choices, and I debated on it for like 48 hours trying to figure out whether I should buy it, and I was afraid of getting hurt and all that stuff that everybody goes through. I got it in. I rode like 20 feet, and I'm like, "Yep,
that is for me."
Pretty much what I want to do.
You say that is my world.
Yep. That's it, man. And then I took off from there. It took me a bit to get good at it. Like I said, I was not a natural by any stretch of the imagination. I just, I just rode a lot and pushed hard, man.
That is very good, my friend.
Yep.
That is very good to listen. These guys from the group, I think that is fantastic to see how everybody enjoying, because Onewheel is a special. It's not for everybody. I know that, because lots of people try it, and I have to. Or you love it or you hate it. I think
people give up on it too quick sometimes. I think they freak out and they give up on it a bit too quick.
I think that the people is like this. I think when they go to a skateboard, you just have to put your 2 feet and you have a control. But if the persons think a little more, when you have one wheel, you have the 2 hands free.
Right.
You are a free person. Yep. You are just enjoying the day.
Yep.
And you don't have to think about in the other one. You have to have a control. You just have to go front, stop and brake and everything. Then you have your hands busy, and with the Onewheel you just have to put your back and enjoy it. Yes. That is the important thing. Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you some question that is I always do to everyone I know. What type of grip tape as trailer is better to use?
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit partial on that question because I helped formulate the grip tape especially for trail riding. But Badger grip is what I use. I really do believe it's the best that's out there for trails. It's very, very aggressive. It's made specifically for trail riding, and even once it gets mudded up and chunked up, it still has plenty of grip. There are other grip tapes that are out there that are available that are pretty good. TFL's got a really nice grip. Vicious is decent. But really, I mean, Badger grip is really, the best stuff that's out there. It is super. It feels super aggressive at first. Once you get out, and you get one ride under your belt. It's ideal. It's perfect, and it holds up really well. So,
what is the normally when you go with the guys riding? How many miles do you make in a day? to the end of the battery, or you do a battery, go eat something, drink something, and come back again for another ride?
It depends on who I'm riding with. Like if I'm going out for like a hardcore ride with like, some of my guys or whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're planning on a ride until our legs fall off. So we'll bring multiple boards. We usually have some method of charging, so we'll go out, ride, drain one full board, come back, grab another board, do a swap, maybe do a charge in between. And and then after three, if you get three full charges in, that's a hell of a day, and you're usually pretty whooped by then. But yeah, I mean, we usually drain at least two boards in a given ride, though.
What you think about these new batteries that are now there for the guys to put it to have more range? Do you think that is safe for us to use it?
I mean, there's a lot of people that have them now, and they're pretty well proven. I'm not much of a fan of range extension options, whether it be VNR or adding batteries, adding an external product like a CBXR or JW. But I totally understand it. I would much rather have two boards and just do a hot swap and keep going than have a bigger battery. Those batteries are packed pretty tightly into that box, and modifying it with the battery management system right there and everything, it's not really for me. But I understand it. I totally get it, and people love it, and more power to them. I'm not going to tell somebody not to do it. It's just not for me. That's all.
And the other thing, do you think the one idea that I always ask myself, do you think if the Onewheel has to change batteries, do you think that will be a good idea? Like original batteries? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, yes, it would be awesome, but I get why they haven't gone that route. It's hard to make it as sturdy as it needs to be for us to beat the snot out of these things and have a swappable battery pack. I'm fine with having a fixed battery. I'm actually fine with the range, honestly. Again, my biggest thing is power, torque. That's really it.
But when you're going to have more torque, you have to have more battery, because
it's true. Yeah. No, it's true. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think the extended range is going to come no matter what. I think
because if you want this power, you have to have a big battery, or you're not going to have the same range. Maybe you're not going to have more range, but you need this extra battery to give you the same range with so much power.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's going to naturally happen no matter what. I think more range and more power. It has to happen. You're seeing it. You're seeing in every other, electric sport that there is, except for Onewheel, and that's just because Onewheel doesn't have any damn competition.
Yeah, that is the truth. That is the only one. That is the only one is alone.
Yeah. But they'll get there. I mean, they have to. They have to. It has to happen. It might be slower than we all would like, but it has to happen.
Yeah. Okay. What was the best moment for you in this group Onewheel trail riders in all the time you are here?
Just seeing it take off the way that it did, and see, for me, like I get a kick out of seeing new people discovering trails. When I get a post on OWTR and it's like, hey, I found you guys, I watched your videos, I was inspired, I went out and tried it, and I'm hooked. That's what gets me. That's the best part. I don't know that it's a single moment necessarily, but I think that seeing some of these guys in particular go out and make these videos. Some of these guys, again, these are the best riders in the world. Watching these guys go out and tear up trails and push us, all of us get pushed to try new things and push our limits and do things that haven't been done before. We're still so young in infancy of this sport and what is possible. I think that we're going to look back in 10 years from now and go, wow, we sucked. You know,
but one thing I think is important. Every time you go to your group ride, group the one wheel trail, and you see a new video from the guys like this one, what you want to do is just want to go out and do something special, or
yeah, I mean, we all want to go out and push the limits and try things that haven't been done before. Go bigger, go harder, go faster. But again, I think it's all an effort just to get people out exploring and trying things. Getting new riders on trails. I truly do believe that trail riders are just a different type of person. You get out, you're not only riding trails, you're getting out, you're exploring nature, you're finding new areas, you're finding new trails, you're really discovering and exploring, which is part of the fun of it.
yeah, I just want to ask you something for the people who want to know. When you go downhill and you have a full battery, is that good for the
No.
people? Yeah, that's why I ask you this, because I know the answer, but for the people who are starting now, when you go, that is the information he's going to give you. I think for you guys who are starting, that is a very good information, because when you go downhill with 100%, you just have to listen to him and you understand why not to do that.
Yeah, no, it is extraordinarily important. That can be a very tough lesson. If your battery's above 90%, and you go down pretty much any kind of steep downhill whatsoever, you're going to get a regeneration warning. And if you don't heed that warning very quickly, your board will shut off and it will dump you. So if you know you've got a big downhill that you're going to be doing, you need to get below basically like 85% to start. That board does stand a chance of kicking you, and it is unforgiving. I mean, truly unforgiving. My wife had it happen to us on asphalt once on a big downhill in downtown Cleveland, and it put the fear of God into her. I can say that much. And I've had it happen to me a couple times. I was carrying a board going downhill once and had it happen, and you definitely want to avoid that. So if it's just a small downhill, it's not really a big deal, but you've got a big downhill coming, you got to be cognizant of it. Make sure that your battery's low enough to go down that hill. If you don't think it is, just walk down. Just carry the board. Be safe.
Yeah, that's the important thing. That's why I ask because safety is, and some people don't know how to react. They think, okay, I have a new board. I live in a hill. I'm going down. Because down is easy, because you just have to brake, and then you have too much energy inside of the battery, and it's going to put you out of the business. That's the same. I say to you guys, because I learned with myself. I have here. I just want to show you. Before my V1, I have this extra battery, and in the beginning, when I do that, they said, okay, you go to 80%, and then you put this in your board, and I think I don't control it, and I put a little before, and then that starts to charge it. And I was speaking with a friend riding, and to one moment to the other one, to one moment that has stopped the board, because it was too much energy, and I fall, and was nothing. I don't happen nothing to me, but that's why I tell you guys, if you have like these batteries, or you have in your bag, or you have something extra, watch it, because too much energy is going to stop as safety for the board. It's going to deactivate, and then you're going to have a problem, and you can fall, and then you're not ready. Then is when shit happens. That's why watch it. That's good. That's why I like this free speaks, because you are talking, you are seeing some things, and everything. I don't like to see too much in a paper. I like more like this. I want to ask you about this. That is new. I want to listen to your opinion. What do you think about this new thing? Do you think that is good? That is okay? That is
So it's a suspension. It's a suspension by kill guards is what he's referring to here. Look, I think that innovation is phenomenal. I think that these guys are leading the way in innovation in the way of suspension. With that said, I'm not a fan of that setup. Because of the high bars that are on there, I worry about bailing and whacking my shins on it, and you know,
that's why I ask you, because I think I'm going to have him here. He's going to come to the channel. I'm going to have him here, but I'm going to do the same question, because that is what you said now. That is very important. That is, we have to be careful because you have these metals.
Yeah. They stick up quite high.
Yeah. That's why we have to, maybe they can change the way of that, because I think this way is going to hurt the people.
Yeah, I'm all for the innovation now. I really am. Like, having a suspension of some sort would be incredible. It just can't get in the way of bailing. And those things stick up almost twice as high as a fender, and that it's that's trouble.
Yeah, that's why I ask you, because I see that is new. That is a very new thing.
Yeah.
But that is we're going to see this one. Do you think the Onewheels is going to go to the summer in X Games?
I would love it. I can tell you that much, man. I'm not planning on it anytime soon, but hey, by all means, the more eyes on one wheel, the better.
But that is fantastic. That is from York.
Way to go, York. X Games.
Hey guys, if you go to X Games, we're going to the trail, the Onewheel trails is going to give you a sticker, and I'm going to give a sticker for the two channel, and then we're going to support you. I hope that happens. That if that happens, is going to change for us a lot, for the rules, the laws, and everything. Then I think it's going to be easier, because you have it in television, and then you have the support. It's going to be bigger. Why not?
Huge. If we could get on something like that, and I mean, we're laughing about it now, but I mean, really, that's where we should be heading. That's what we should. That's where we should have our sights set on, is competing in legitimate, events like that. That's where we should be going. We should. So
your wife, I think, sees. He'll post in the radio rooms and waiting for them.
She's going to post a video when I first started up on OWTR in Ohio Onewheel.
Perfect.
That's great. Good. Thanks, wife.
That is perfect, my friend. When you have a person like who support you so much, then you have more fun, my friend.
Yeah, no, she's been amazing. I couldn't have done it without her. And like I said, her being a rider now, the way that she is I couldn't ask for much more.
If you have a person who are in your side and love what you love, then it's going to be easy for the two of you. I know, because I have my wife, and she support me in everything. And I think without support from your wife, that is not going to be so funny.
Yeah, I agree.
My first Captain Morg was in 2 months, and
it was scary.
Yeah.
I
have to be careful, guys. That is how I tell to everybody: respect your board. First, learn to ride. First, learn to know the tricks, and then start to go faster and everything. Because the Onewheel is not so many things you need to know, but the two things you need to know is the pushback, and then the I think when you disconnect the board, that is going to be the risky thing for you.
I think people just need to take their time and really learn boards. I think people underestimate dramatically how long it takes to actually truly learn a board and know the little nuances that will dump you. I'm a fairly intuitive rider, and I'm telling you, it was 750 to 1,000 miles before I felt like I was pretty comfortable, like with pushing speed and going through pushback and knowing what surging was and understanding when that board was going to dump me.
Yeah, and that is the important thing. So, my friend, we are more than 1.5 hour here. The conversation is being fantastic. That's why sometimes you don't see the watch going.
Yep.
Uh, what for me, I just want to know in trailers like you guys. Do you ride? For you guys, is better for you to ride 3-4 persons, or big groups, or
Small
better
groups.
small
Yeah.
group is better, huh?
Yeah, we don't want to get too many. When you get too many people on a trail, it's pretty disrupting to the community around. It's better, the smaller the better. And we had, like I said, when we went to Tahoe, we had 10 riders, and even that, as experienced as we were, and we're very cognizant of everybody around us, and we were still pretty disruptive. I think that, like when I go out with some of the guys around here and it's just 2, 3, maybe 4 of us, that's when it's ideal. Smaller groups definitely go over better for the community, and everybody can kind of keep up and keep pace, and it's a lot easier it's less chaotic. It's good to keep track of.
And you give more information for everybody in outside when you have to, like this 3 persons, and one is filming, the other one is riding. Then you're going to have more information. When you have lots of guys, I think you're going to lose everything, because that is lots of confusion, and everybody, I think I think for this type of trails and off-road, I think that is better. The first time I ride with the guys was a girl with us. She's going to start working with us here. Not working up, help us. She has a Pint, and that was like fantastic to ride. That was like a very, very, very very important moment, because I see this feeling to ride with a girl together with us, and she was so powerful, and she was loving more than me. and that's what we have to bring here. I think I hope that your wife, is doing the right thing, and I hope that we have more girls coming, because that is just going to change the way. And if you are there, you see this video, try it. Onewheel is, in the beginning, you're going to think that is not good, but that is 5 minutes later, you're going to say, no, that was just a mistake. You have the information here from them. If you need more information, go see these guys, go to his Facebook group, see the videos in YouTube from them. There is lots of information. Don't just listen to negative persons. Try yourself. You're going to see that is the best thing you do in your life, was to try a Onewheel. Onewheel is just a special sensation. You are like flowing, and
it's pretty awesome.
And you have the 2 types of, if you are in a road, is a different thing. If you go off road, is other thing. You have 2 worlds, two types of riding in a Onewheel, and a Onewheel is just one thing that you're never going to leave it. I tried the first time, I never going to leave it in my life.
I agree.
I think that is the best thing. So, my friend, for the last questions, do you want to say something that we forget? I don't want to forget nothing, because you have the trail the trail etiquettes competition. I think we have spoke about it. For all of you, if you want to go to the Facebook from them, I want to ask you something. I see the guys was with T-shirts from you,
Yeah.
How they get the t-shirts? They going to go to the group and ask, or is a special place?
Float 365 Club is where you can get the OWTR gear. Yeah. So, we don't make any money on it. This is all just for the community. We get Ride Dirties, obviously our tagline. As you can see, everything behind me is Ride Dirty. But yeah, if you go to Float 365, you can pick up shirts, hoodies, bags, all sorts of good stuff. There's stickers. Support. Basically, it's about supporting and spreading the Stoke and getting people out and seeing what trail riding's all about.
Yeah, that is the important thing. That is the important thing is for all of you to go there. Sometimes when you buy a T-shirt, I think you are, but it's going to help the group to organize something.
Yeah, it's spreading the ideals, man. Spreading the Ride Dirty image and just getting people involved. That's it.
Yeah, that is important. So I just want to show you the rest for all of you. Here, that is his Facebook. Then is from Derek. You have his Facebook. I'm going to put it there. Then you can see it. Then you have the Instagram. You can go there. I'm going to leave all the links. You have here the logos from them. There is different logos. Oh, the other question I want to what means this here, my friend?
Yeah, that was a Grom, meaning kids. It was a kids competition that we did a while back, a couple months ago.
Okay.
Where with parents' permission, we had kids coming on and posting videos, basically 14 and under. It was pretty cool. I mean, seeing some of these kids. I mean, some of these kids were 5 years old and ripping, doing some crazy stuff. It was pretty cool to see. So.
That is fantastic, my friend, to bring all the kids. When we have kids, and it's going to be very different. Yeah. And if you see everything here, you're going to see it all the different here. You have the certificate when you are in a group. Can you tell just a little more about this? Because I see sometimes the people receive this, or how that works.
Kind of put a hiatus on this for the time being, but basically we ran a trail boss competition for quite a while where basically whoever did the gnarliest, craziest stuff and landed it, obviously, we would do a group vote at the end of the month. We'd pick some finalists, and whoever put out the best content would win an award. We'd send some stickers and some, usually a prize of some sort. Out to them. This was our inaugural winner, Mike Sweeney. Mikey likes it. Sure, he's probably paying attention to this. He took a beating making a video for us, doing these crazy drops, and it was one of the best things I've seen. It was awesome. So everybody voted for him. There was actually probably some better riders and better videos, but he took such an ass whooping that it was just awesome to watch.
That is beautiful, but the intention is the perfect, because that is going to make the people with more interest to do new stuff.
Exactly, it just pushes people's limits, and getting people out there and trying new things, man. That's what it's all about. So.
And you have different logos and different T-shirts, and that is the important thing. If you want, guys, contact them. You're going to see lots of stuff. You're going to help the group, because then it's going to be your group, is going to be your family, and they're going to take care of you, and you have to take care of them too, because that's the way everything works. That is my idea. If you want to go, I'm going to leave all the links you are seeing here. I'm going to leave in a channel, and then you can go there. This one, guys, was a tip from Derek. Don't forget it. Go there, subscribe. That is just $9 for months. If you cannot spend for the whole year, give something. Help is always good, my friend. I want to thank you. I want to thank the important thing. The Onewheel trail riders is going to always be in a special place for me. Later, I'm going to send you something for you to be in here, that you remember. And I'm going to leave you with the last words. If you want to give to your community and for the guys who are there, I leave you with the last words, my friend.
Again, this is all just about getting people out and exploring trails. Get off that asphalt. Stop riding in your neighborhood. Go find a mountain bike trail, man. It'll change your whole life. It'll change your whole perspective on one wheel and what these things are really made to do. They're not made to cruise neighborhoods. They're made to go out and just rip on trails, and there's no feeling like it. So go out, explore, see what it's all about. Try it. If you fall, get back up. Do it again. That's all I can tell you.
And be safe.
Absolutely. Safety first. Wear your helmets, man, at the very least. So
look at this video. You're going to see that is always with protection, and he's an experienced rider. If you see all the experienced riders, they are all with protections, because that is very important for your safety and sometimes for the safety of the other persons too. And I just want to tell, if you guys want to subscribe to his channel, YouTube channel, please guys subscribe, give a like. That is going to help him to create more new things. If you want to subscribe here to my channel, you can subscribe. If you don't want to like, give a like, give your write something for us, telling was good or not. If you what we forget to talk about it. I hope that I'm going to have you again here another time, maybe with the three or four guys of the group together. And thank you very much. I'm going to go out. Stay there. I wanted to we talk a little. Guys, have a good night or have a good day. Enjoy it. And flow like the Onewheel is always there for us.
Sounds good.